This is the Hellcat, the regular Hellcat. So we're gonna shoot this first, then we're gonna take the Hellcat Pro and then give that a feel. So first mag with the standard Hellcat. One issue I had with the Hellcat before, my thumb grips the magazine release or the slide catch. It's not locking back, but that's my own fault. So let's try the Hellcat Pro. Thank you, sir. So one thing I'll tell you right now, the Hellcat Pro, what's kind of cool about it, you have almost like a full-size grip. They added, what, an inch to the grip. So that's nice. You can actually get a good handful on the Hellcat. And then again, longer slide, longer barrel, larger capacity. Look at that SBR camera rig. Right? That's cool. That takes ATF forms for that. That's for sure.
Right? Don't ask questions.
You only gave me 5 rounds?
You got screwed.
Here it is. This is the Hellcat Pro. Finally, a Hellcat that pretty much addressed all the concerns and all the issues that I had. So a couple differences between the original Hellcat and this guy right here. If you have an inch longer grip, you can get an entire handful on the Hellcat. And what's even cooler is this magazine right here is a standard. This is a standard 15 round magazine. And it fits flush with the Hellcat now. So it's not some big extended grip that's just sitting on the bottom. No, it sits flush. Very comfortable grip, and now I can finally get full handful on this micro compact gun. Now this is like a little bit smaller than, say, like a Glock 19. Just about the same size as a P365 XL. What sets this apart from the 365 XL is this 2-slot pick rail right here. So you have more pistol mounted light options, lasers, stuff like that. And then this one is optics ready, so it has optics cut. Now this particular model has the Hex Wasp, which is basically Springfield's red dot company. Other than that, you have a Gen 3 trigger, which it does have a pretty nice break, and we'll talk a little deeper about that Gen 3 trigger in a little bit. And then right down here, you have your longer grip. Now you can see there is just stippling all over, and this is like that sandpaper type stippling, so it's very textured, very grippy. I don't see this getting very slippery when you have wet hands or sweaty hands, anything like that. So right here, just like the Hellcat controls, everything is basically in the same place. You have your takedown lever right here, and then you have your slide catch slash release right here. I mounted my TLR7 sub right to the Picatinny rail right here. You can see there's a little extra space. It's nice that the frame does come all the way up to the end of the slide. If you have that real estate, you might as well use it. The overall height of the gun, not including the red dot over here, is 4.8 inches tall. The length of the gun comes in at 6.6 inches. The width of the grip is 1 inch. The barrel is a 3.7 inch hammer forged barrel. It's a melanite finish and it has a 1 in 10 twist. So the slide right here is a billet machined with a melanite finish. This is the optics ready version. You have the optics cut right down here on the side. Dual captive springs on a full length guide rod. Springfield calls this grip texturing the adaptive grip texture. It's basically a good sandpapery type finish. You have a good sandpapery grip texture right here. You have some right here where your thumb rest is, and then you have a little bit right up here where your support hand would go. They did a good job with the overall feel of the gun. Really good feel to it, really firm gun. What I love about it just is that being able to fit my entire hand on this thing and still have 15 rounds to rock with. So I do have one issue so far, and this is the only issue that I really had. And it's not really an issue with the gun itself, rather it's just that I'm familiar with a different platform. You'll see on my shooting videos that the slide doesn't seem to be locking back, but that's because when I have a grip on the gun, it's a really high choked up grip. So when I'm shooting, usually my thumbs are like that, thumbs pointed forward. This thumb is sitting right on the slide release. So basically I'm holding it down when I'm shooting it. It's preventing it from locking back. This is more of a familiarity thing with a different platform. I haven't fired the Hellcat enough to really retrain myself that I got to keep my thumb a little more down, but that's okay. Not really a fault with the gun, just an ergonomic issue that I'm not used to. Overall impressions of this, Springfield seemed to really knock this thing out of the park. It shoots well. The size is absolutely perfect. This is my favorite size pistol for EDC. It's not too small. You have a really good capacity, a standard capacity of 15 rounds. What's nice is the optic doesn't take away your rear sight, so you do have a nice co-witness going on. If your red dot fails, you could use your backup irons. Right here you have a tritium luminescent front sight, so it's basically a day-night sight. Best of both worlds. It glows at night and during the day. Rear sight is your standard use sight, nothing to write home about, but it works. So first we're gonna do a little trigger feel test, and then we'll actually do a trigger pull test. So I did make sure we are clear, so we are being safe about it. Here we go. So here's your let up, here's your take up right over here. Basically, once you hit that take up, you go right to the wall, then the wall has a tiny bit of creep. Let's check that reset. Boom, nice audible reset, and that reset seems to be right on that brake. Boom, brake, and then reset. Though this trigger might feel kind of stiff, I want to guess it's like a 5-6 pound trigger. We'll put it on the trigger weight gauge in just a little bit. It feels very crispy and it feels predictable, which I do like a predictable trigger on a gun. The trigger does have a defensive feel to it, so obviously this is an everyday carry gun. It's not meant to be a competition type gun, so you do want to have some people like to have that stiffer trigger on these guys because it's a defensive gun. What we'll do now is we're going to take this and put it on the trigger weight gauge and see how it performs. 5 pounds, 7.8 ounces. 6 pounds, 1.1 ounces. 6 pounds, 1.5 ounces. So we're looking at about a 6 pound trigger. Overall impressions with the Hellcat is I'm pretty impressed with it. I think Springfield pretty much knocked this out of the park. The size of it is the perfect size. Honestly, like the XL size, micro compact is absolutely perfect. You have 15 rounds that fit inside a magazine that's flush. You have a full handful of gun right here, which is very comfortable. I have that one issue with the Hellcat, location of the slide release, but overall, it's a pretty comfy gun and it shoots pretty well. Again, huge shout out to True Shot Gun Club for supplying the ammunition for all the testing for the Hellcat Pro. We haven't had any issues out there shooting. It fed and ate everything. This thing absolutely ate everything that we put into it. We use steel case ammo. We mostly use a Blazer Brass 115 grain. Otherwise, we just kind of did a mix, some MagTech, and it just chewed it all up. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later.